Today we're back with the Game Breaker. Let's get into it. This is from a recent game. I did a whole breakdown on this earlier, but there's one move in particular, or one little sequence of moves. There's a couple moves leading up to this this Game Breaker today. So we'll just take a quick snapshot of where we are right now. We're 104 moves into the game. I'm playing as white up against a slightly stronger opponent in black. And let's look at our groups. All right, so we're white. What do we got? Right now we have a pretty decent little chunk going on up here. That's all one group. Not necessarily fully defined. There's some areas where you can poke in there, but that's one. We also have the lower left-hand corner. That's looking pretty good down there. Tiny little group down here that is potentially in trouble. Not fully settled. There's room for some eyes and some maybe expansion, and I can get out, but for now, let's say we have that. And then over here, this is in a bit of trouble. He's going to end up taking some of this later in the game. Not really relevant to this, but I'm able to make this sort of jump out here and mostly live. So that's kind of where we're at. We're a little bit behind. But now, if we look at black's groups, what do we got? And I'm just going to look at two in particular. Maybe I'll do a quick breakdown. Black's got a huge chunk down here, right? There's room for me to sort of pop in there, but he's got one there. He's also got the upper right-hand corner, not fully defined, but he's got that. He's also got kind of a loose group up here, in a little bit of trouble, and this is one we'll pay attention to along with this group down here. Again, not fully defined, in a little bit of trouble. Actually, I shouldn't even say that. It looks pretty solid right now. There's potential for trouble though. If we just compare the black to the white, black has the advantage right now. Black's winning the game. But I want to focus on this group and this group of blacks. They're both a little bit weak. And another factor is the one we mentioned of mine, this little white group down here. So, last play of the game that we just had here was at Q12, and now we're going to shift to a different part of the board. Black has the next move, jumps out to the middle of the board. And so I sort of respond there. This is pretty wide open. I was trying to get some space out there, and this group, what was driving this was this group. I needed to get out and make something happen in the middle of the board because I knew I was going to lose an eye in here to black. So I'm kind of pushing out to the middle. Maybe I can connect up is what it is. Black also now looking to connect. He's got this group down here, and he's trying to bridge out here, right? What do we do next? I'm trying to cut him off. I recognize that this group down here is weak. He has a stone of mine captured, so he's got an eye in here, potentially two eyes in here, potentially an eye down here, but it's not settled. I can still attack this, especially if I play here and I put this black stone into Atari, bring him down. I can basically eliminate any eyes down here with that one move. He won't get any eyes. And that leaves one or two eyes in there. So this is attackable, right? There's some weak points. So we cut him off. With that play right there, we basically sealed him off, and we split him right there, so he's not going to be able to make that jump. He tries, we cut him off. Keeping in mind, this group of mine, not so great. That play actually worked in my favor because I'll probably get an eye in here now, and then probably get another eye here. So all of a sudden, this group is probably safe with like one or two plays because he can't play here, can't play here. That group feels okay, even though it's tiny. So we effectively cut black off. We sealed him right there. What's he do next? Fair enough. He wants to attack these two to do something, and doing that, he's sort of strengthening this group, right? And maybe he's going to capture my little stone up here. So he's got a forcing move. He pushes me to the left. I link up, sure, but now black is in a dilemma. First of all, this is the immediate threat, right? He's got two stones here, and I can put them into Atari, a double Atari by playing right here, and I'll take either one of those. So he's got to address that. He's also got a super weak group up here, and this is what black does for defense, is basically tries to save his upper group, because I can put him into Atari here, 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 and then I can put the pressure on these two and these two, because there's cutting points here, here. We got cutting points here. Like, this group it's weak. It's not all connected up. So black responds to that by saying, hey, I'm going to take away this double Atari move so that this stone's safe, this stone's safe. I can put him into Atari and back him up this way, but, you know, he's created some safety up there. However, the group that was down here that kind of looked safe, he ignored this. He just, we'll just leave it alone. And because he had killed this, technically, I mean, It wasn't actually dead yet, but with 2 plays, he could kill that at any point. But all of a sudden, this group of 4 of blacks here is pretty much surrounded. I have the next move. We go in there, so that's a kill shot, right? This group of 4 is now dead. All of a sudden, what looked like a group, it's now just a string of black stones with no eyes. That whole group is dead. We've just effectively killed off any black stones in this area. So my white territory now on the left-hand side of the board is this. That's huge. It's like a third of the board. There we go. By killing off that group of 4, we've effectively eliminated any possibility of an eye in here somewhere. It doesn't matter if he takes my 1 stone. Effectively, that game was over. We played this out a little further, but that swung the tides, turned the momentum in my favor, and it all was because of this, right? We just go back, that was 10 moves. Move 104. And again, let's just take a quick look. We got a weak black group here, a weak black group here. Black tries to sort of connect here, come out. We seal him off. That's the key, so that he can't attach. If he could have, then honestly, all that probably would have been fine and likely would have lost the game at this point. But it came down to black was trying to save these stones up here, didn't recognize the threat down here. Gamebreaker was right here, move 114 at E8. And then the rest fell from there. We can estimate the score at this point. Says black by 5. I ended up winning this game. So at least I guess we didn't effectively take the lead with this play, but it completely swung the momentum in my favor, and then black was on his back foot from there. So anyway, that'll do it for today. Gamebreaker, hope you enjoyed it. You have to keep an eye on all your groups. Sometimes they look strong, or at least alive, maybe not strong, but alive, and sometimes they're not. So anyway, that'll do it for today. We'll wrap it up there. See you in the next Game Breaker. Let's go.